And you already know me. My bad. I just a thing, dude. I am now sorry. I'm embarrassed. But anyway, um, what's good with y'all? How y'all doing?
Gucci.
Dang, how you getting to San Francisco, man? You just in
Hey, so smooth like you like that, bye.
the kitchen. Imagine
You
just
just like that, bye.
hey, you like Malik. One day Malik in Baltimore, next minute Malik is in Mexico. So nah, that's what's up though.
Man, why I look like I'm about to go to heaven or something?
But it's another fatherless child. But thank you all for joining episode 100. So it's like perfect timing. The 100th episode and the last episode before the conference. So I'm pretty excited. I'm still excited about the conference. Let's go around the room like real quick. Like what are y'all thoughts? Like how do y'all feel about the conference? Like nervous, excited, happy, like chill, like whatever. How y'all feel about the conference?
I'll start. I feel good. I'm excited. Um, only thing is I was like, man, I feel like I could go 3 hours straight, bro, dropping game. But you know what I mean? I got to, you know what I'm saying? I have to make sure people can get a good amount of information and make it concise. So like, they get exactly what they need. Cause you know how it be like things are very abstract when it comes to all these different markets, all these different worlds and understanding it. Like when you're passionate about something, you can just like explain it forever. You know what I'm saying? Give people all the chips, all the tricks, all the gems. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes for a first time learner, that could be a little overbearing because not only do they not know what you know, but it's also like they might be new to the topic in general or even that way of thinking. So to break it all the way down, so it's like excitement, but still trying to like, what I'm saying, keep calm and just, what I'm saying, be a little precise and
Nah, I
surgical.
feel that. Nah, that's actually valid. Like, and no, I'll let somebody else go. Wait, what do you think? How you feel about the conference coming up?
Personally, I mean, I'm excited just to get all the knowledge. Really, that's all I'm there for is to receive as much knowledge as I can.
Nah, you there for more than just the knowledge. Like, there's gonna be an intermission, and I think during the intermission, I'll open up the floor for like people to say, um, to share some information. But no, you definitely there for more than you know gaining wisdom. I know you probably gonna pass some information out. So yeah, continue. I'm sorry.
No, you good. And if I can, I will. I'll speak when necessary. But definitely, I'm excited to hear a lot about like the different avenues that I'm not familiar with at all. Like especially Jermaine's topic, like the Web3 blockchain. I'm very interested in hearing that. That's like the nerd side of me kind of talking. Just real interested in hearing
Yeah,
that.
all of us really.
Yeah, yeah. Because some way, some form, we all already touch on that type of stuff now. But just to get a better handle on it, be definitely beneficial. And
Uh,
and
definitely.
harmony stuff too.
Yeah, Harmony too. Yeah, and Jalil. Can't forget Jalil.
Yeah. Oh well, I mean, the real estate, of course, him and Jaleel been killing it. But I'm talking about specifically with the traveling stuff. Now that I done gained a niche of really enjoying traveling with my shorty, I'm like, look, like how can we, you know what I'm saying, like turn this into Monopoly real quick.
Yeah, true. Nah, I didn't think about that. Right. So that's that's another good point. So I'm right there with you. Matt, would you? What? Oh, he done got up and went back to North Carolina. But but she Matt,
Running back and forth, man. My fault.
how you feel
Nah,
about the
but
conference?
I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Like Jay said this morning, though, man, I'm ready to be able to speak at it myself, though, too. But what I'm
Yeah,
excited for, I will say, is the connections. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to meet new people, venture off and learn new things. You know what I'm saying? Um, definitely gonna try to record as much as possible. Repetition is king, you know what I'm saying, and I live that. So
Yeah. And I like your
definitely gonna be
dedication, bro.
recording.
Like every day you and Jonathan get on the call and y'all like go over the work stuff. So that's major. Like that's that repetition and it plays a big role in the shows. Like it's tough. Um, yeah. But I guess for me, I'm excited. Would I say nervous? Partially because, like Jermaine said, you don't know how much your audience knows without like doing a forward survey. And you don't want to give them too much and you don't want to give them too little. You want to make sure that the information is enough for them to digest, enough for them to want to go back and look at in their notes, in addition to want to learn more, right? However, my policy, any event that I do, is to never give people enough information to the point where they have to pay to know the rest. If I'm gonna teach you something, I'm gonna teach you that full topic, and then if you want to learn more, pay for more, then you do that. Not more, but for deeper, more personal understanding.
Insight.
Exactly. So if you want that insight, then you can inquire on that. But I don't want people to leave like, dang, like kind of like how the Grant Cardone conferences go. Like they'll tell you a little bit, and then they be like, you know what, for such and such, if you sign up for the course, da, 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 and it's like, ah, dang.
I got one even better for you, bro. The IML conferences.
Huh? Oh, ah!
The IML conferences.
But I heard about them though. But they did, the One Forex group did have a tough conference, like with the baby and all that. They really did it. Well, it was more like concert, but they really went all out in Miami. That was tough. Um, we'll surpass that someday. It's just when we spread the word and we actually show people that we are dead serious about everything that we're doing. Like people don't know the consistency of waking up and being on the call at 7 a.m. like every day, and then they don't know the consistency that me and Jermaine have, where we just be on the call every Wednesday and Monday. Like I get straight out of Bible study and jump right on the call with Jermaine. Like straight out of Bible study, just jump on the call with Jermaine, and we'd be like going at it, like what's going on, like talk about this, talk about that. And so I think that there's a lot that people miss, and it's tough, right? That consistency, that goes back to the consistency. But also the reason I brought up, we're about to get into the topic, I promise. The reason I brought up what Jermaine mentioned, you never know what your audience needs, is because when I was, so today I got booked for another, somebody booked me for a keynote to speak about financial literacy. It's a company that they do, they own like over $1 billion in real estate, and they're having their annual conference, and they want me to speak on financial literacy. So that's pretty tough. And I was like, well, what level is the audience on? Like, what level of financial literacy do you need? And they're like low level. I'm like, what's low level? Like, you gotta tell me, because I don't want to go up there and be like, all right, well, I'm gonna sit here and talk about IULs when you don't even know what a stock is, and why the IUL is more significant than the 401k in certain aspects. So yeah, that's what I'm like. All right, cool. You gotta kind of like work with that and understand where your audience is. So I may send out a survey, may not. Depends on what they allow. But Malik, introduce the topic to us so we can get into this, man.
I bet that. So I know a few episodes ago we talked about like our own personal definitions of what is wealth. So this time we're gonna switch it up a little bit. Anybody can start, or if you rather, I'll start. What's your definition of success?
But I mean, y'all good to go. I don't mind starting. Well, I'll start since Malik is leading that one. So, success is never what you want everybody else to see. It's what you think about when you close your eyes that you be like satisfaction. Like the success is satisfaction, in my opinion. Like wealth is one thing, but success is that satisfaction. Like where I'm just like, wow. Like
That's
I
right.
just
Yeah.
wowed myself. I wowed the judges. Like that's success in my own opinion.
Okay. Matt, Jermaine, anybody?
I can take it away if you want me to.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Uh, see, I see success as an actual money amount. I ain't gonna cap to you.
Okay.
I hate to say it, but when you have, let's see, you know how they say your yearly amount of like your yearly what's it called expenses,
Yeah.
right? 10 times your yearly expenses in your account. If you got that, that's you being successful in my eyes.
Okay.
Okay. That's a different answer. I wasn't expecting that answer, but okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
usually people be humble. I
Jermaine,
respect that.
yeah. That
Big bag talk.
gave me a different idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, big bag talk, big bag talk.
Yeah, shout out to Matt with the back. Yeah, for me, I think when I think of success and I'm defining success, I believe highly in staying in your own lane and managing your own identity and what you feel like your path should be in life. At the same time, your only comparison is your peers
Mhm.
because at the end of the day, or the world around you. So if you're doing better than the world around you, you're already successful versus the world. But I feel like that real success is when you look at yourself and you're in your lane and you tell yourself, these are my goals. These are the things I should accomplish. So being goal oriented and actually working towards and achieving those goals, that for me, I feel like is success. For example, success might be me getting up and going on that run that I didn't really want to go on. For me, that might be a successful day because I accomplished something that I set before myself and I was able to do it. I wasn't looking to my left and right. Oh, is everybody else running? Is everybody else? No, I was just like, this is what I want to do. This is my, but setting those metrics, like kind of Matt was saying, kind of what you guys are saying, setting those metrics does have a certain level of, okay, what's around me and what is the potential I could reach or how far can I take it and setting that goal. But I feel like if sometimes I feel like you gotta accomplish a lot of little steps to get a big like a big move or a big jump. So that's kind of how I see it.
Yeah, I like that. And actually, Malik, before you go, I want to say this, like, because Jermaine was talking, and I'm gonna go ahead over this. So when I be saying like forever slow stroke in, like people just think it's like something goofy that I be saying or whatever. But what slow stroking is living life in your own lane while consistently striving for greatness, but being anxious for nothing. You're always trying to accomplish. You're always trying to, be whatever success is, but you're not worried about anything else. You are in your own lane. So like that, forever slow stroking, like I'm always striving to do my best, but I'm never worried about anybody else outside of my immediate circle. Even the people in my immediate circle, I'm never comparing myself to them. We compete. We're competitive in a friendly manner, but I'm not worried about that because at the end of the day, I close my own eyes. You feel me? And I put my socks on myself. So it's like at the end of the day, I can't be worried about going at Jermaine's speed, at Matt's speed, at Malik's speed, or Grant Cardone's speed, or Tay Sweat speed. I don't Eric Thomas speed and I can't worry about their speeds. Like I just have to worry about my own lane. I'm
Yeah.
striving in my own lane. Like, and when I get to where I'm going, like, and then I might veer off to the left and right to say what's up, and I'm back in my lane. Like,
No, for real. That's real. Cause I definitely use to define like for me personally, I use to define the success off of like my role model. So like my dad is my biggest role model.
And
So I use to
me,
define like if I gotta reach him. If I'm not reaching he used to always tell me the saying, you ain't getting better every day, you're getting worse. So like I would literally try to get better at something, but make myself more comparable to him. Yeah. Like that was when I noticed like, all right, that's success for me. Like I gotta get better. But what's actually funny is back in 2019, me and my mom had this conversation because I guess like she felt like I was a little like off course, like I wasn't focused with school and everything. So I wrote
yeah.
it down and I actually put the note up and I wrote it back down again. So I put the S is to see your goals, right? So like to lay out your goals. I write down my goals all the time. I write down my daily goals on my little small um like little whiteboard or something like this.
Yeah.
And on the big one, I write my yearly goals, right? Understand the obstacles between every goal, right? So like that's the U. Consistently understanding like, all right, this might take this time period, whether it's like, oh, I gotta do this, this, and this. Like, for example, I'm trying to get bigger into investing in this IUL thing. I had to call Eyon today to understand, all right, what's my policy? How do I,
Yeah, because
increase
you
this or
can't
how
just
am I
throw money into it. Like,
right? You feel
and
what
a
I'm
lot
saying?
of people don't know that. A lot of people think that, oh, once I could just get this policy and I'm good. And it's like, no, like that's why you have to have somebody who knows what they're doing. Like, because anybody would have just said, okay, yeah, good, put more money in. And what'll happen is now you got to pay taxes. And it's like, how you pay tax on life insurance policy? Because it's in doubt. Like, you done messed it up.
Right. You messed up what was supposed to be your money maker.
Yeah,
So
you done messed up the main benefit of the thing, eh?
right. So that's why I'm like, yeah, nah, like I had to figure that out. Then like the next letter, so success comes with the C, right? So that one is create that positive picture. So like picture yourself at that level of success, right? Just see what do you envision that success being? So like for me, I'm having my own house. I'm having my own Cadillac lyric. I got my own dog. You feel what I'm saying? Like certain things, it might be big, small, little, in between, but those are the things that I'm picturing now as my level of success. And then the other C is to like clear your mind of any doubts. This is the one that I struggle with the most. Like I doubt myself entirely too often. I might never show it, but I doubt myself entirely too often.
Can we
Like
talk about that?
yeah,
Cause
let's get into it. Let's get
it
into it.
don't even, and it's crazy because it happened to me, son. And it don't even be the fact that I think I'm bad. It just be like, it be me being humble and me being realistic, plus me being like, just in case it don't work out. Like,
Right,
and that
right,
joint really holds you back because you get to a point where it's like, yo, um, I I've I know this could be done, but am I gonna be the one to do it? Like, so, and that drug be blowing me because I miss so much. Like, I miss so much money when I do that. It just be stupid, and I'd be like, come on, you gotta do better. You gotta do better than better. Come on now.
no, for real. Like sometimes I would, even when we came to our Discord when it first came out, and certain players I'd be like, nah, I ain't gonna get into this one. I don't want to seem like I'm doing too much, and then that be the one that's the banger, right? Everybody posting $1,000, $800, $500 return. I'm like, damn, like why I ain't getting that play? You know what I'm saying?
And
Like
it be
so,
early too, like
right,
500 early. Like,
early, like it'd be like a quick 25, 30 minutes. You'd be like, damn, I could have gotten that one and said, forget all these other or whatever. Like it could have, like you
man,
start
but then you
maybe
start picking something else, and then
right. Then you mess yourself up. So I think that's also very important too. Like clearing yourself of all possible doubts. Um, then next is the E. So the E is the opposite of the doubting part. Like embrace the challenge. Like actually feel as if you can take on that challenge. Like I know me, I'm heavily considering this trucking thing, but I've been trying to lay out all of the logistics. Like I've been writing, I got a spreadsheet. I got 3, 4 different spreadsheets I've been looking at. I've been talking to my best friend, her boyfriend. He does the CDL driving, and he's been doing it for like he's 28. So what is that, like 9 years, 8 years now? And he's like, oh yeah, I know all these people. They contracting out with Pepsi, and they doing this. They shipping all the way to California. They paying this. Woo, 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 woo. And I'm just like, yo, I think I could do this. I genuinely think I could do this. But I gotta be willing to embrace that challenge. And on top of that, which is the next S, is stay on track. We all got something else that we do outside of investing. I do engineering, you do engineering, Jermaine do engineering, Matt got his own thing going on, but he also trades too. So any other thing that we do, we gotta know that, all right, I gotta go back to where it started. This is where it all starts from. So staying on track with that and keeping that cash flow coming.
Yeah. And you started with an investment.
Right.
When you decided to go to school, you started with an investment. That was like the first like big investment, whether you got it paid for or whether you had to, you know, just put the energy into it. That was your first investment, your first large investment going to school, higher education. But so it makes sense. And then you keep that investment cycle going. Now because you've invested knowledge and understanding. Now it's time to invest your newest asset, which is money that you get from your career. When you're young, you don't have money. You depend on your family or parents or whatever like that with government. And then as you move up and you're legal to work, now you can start say, okay, now it's not my time. Now it's also my money. That's important.
Right.
As a kid, all you care about is your playtime. Now that playtime is like, okay, now I need money time. I need money because playing don't pay bills. Like, so
for real, that's actually funny because when I really think about it, we have been doing that forever. Like I used to come home and make sure my homework was done as soon as I got in the house because I wanted to make sure I had all day, all evening, all night after practice or before football practice to play on the game. Like that was me personally. Like,
that's your currency. That's as a child, that's your currency. Your currency as a child is not dollars because if you give a child $1, they will crumble that joint up and try and eat it like it's a Snickers or something. Like they don't care about that. They like, I want a toy. You be like, so you'd rather have a toy than this $100. It's like, what am I going to do? Like walk the Toys R Us? Like, like I can't cross the street by myself. Like so definitely like you gotta like that currency changed. Like your currency went from what you enjoy like in terms of just being happy, like purely happy, like and now it's like okay, now my currency is money like the rest of the world. And in order to make more of that currency, you have to do more. When you were a child, like you said, you had to do your homework, you had to do your chores, you had to do this and that. You had to go to school, get good grades, so you don't get grounded, whatever. And then you had your currency. Then you had, your time to play. And now you gotta go work, you gotta hit the clock, you gotta dedicate some time to this, you gotta dedicate time to that, you gotta spend money, you gotta buy gas, you gotta drive. So that you can make money to have your currency. So that way you could do the things that you used to do as a child, which is like play. Whether play is now something more mature like vacation or play is go out to eat. So play changes, that play term changes. But and then again, you got some people that just play all day. So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I try. We try to stay away from those people. We can't play all day.
Indeed.
The last S is success that I have written down was simply just show the world your worth. That's the bread or the butter right there. Like,
and that's what we're doing here. Like that's what the conference is kind of for. Like it's like I want you to know that we're doing something in addition. We doing it to such a high level execution that you need to learn this too. Like Matt called me or hit me up the other day about this man hit me up about starting a business and using a address, excuse me, or a virtual office. And I gave him a little breakdown, and he was like, okay. And he actually went and like Googled or something like that to back test me or maybe ask somebody else. And he was like, oh, yeah, you was right. I said, yeah, I know a little something. Like, I tell you, I know a little something. He was like, nah, I was just saying, he was saying, I know a little something.
Nah, hey, let's make that a little bit more valid. I went back and asked my IRS guy himself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's better than I like that. I like that. No. Hey, Matt, I got something for you, man. Fresh came in. Couple of these joints, yeah. Couple of these currencies, you know what I'm saying? I got. Okay, I see.
Money, baby. Money, baby. Money, baby.
Hey, I'm about to get right.
Yeah, but nah, that's valid. And Malik, you said so if you go in the book, if you let me not use this because that was fresh, I don't want to peel it back. You know, if you go to the book on page 3, Malik, what you said was extremely important. On page 3, you see the book's dedication, and this is one thing that I feel is so important. Like people don't value the fathers enough, and so I dedicated this book to my father, just because he is like my number one mentor. He's my role model. Like I look up to him in so many aspects. Like, and I really thank God for him because I know he's like one of the hardest workers, and he put in work. Like there's not a time where I see him lounging. Like, and that man, and he got so much information. Like I never need Google. Never need Google. Like, and it's crazy. Like no matter what I do, this man always amazes me. So I had to dedicate the book to him, 25 Strategies to Reach Seven Figures, because I know my dad's the first millionaire I've ever met. And he proved that you can go from nothing to something. Like he proved that you don't need a special once in a lifetime opportunity to get to where you want to be in life. Like he proved that to me. I saw him work from, being in an apartment to being in a townhouse to being in the first house, then getting another house, and not renting but buying them. And then like going from, a station wagon, then getting another joint, then minivan, then getting the BMW, the little 530 with the M package. Then you can't get the little X5. Now you getting the 645. Then you getting the M6, and you getting a M this, and then you getting 3 Teslas at a time and 2 Lucids at a time. Like you just man getting whatever you want. Like so, I saw him work his way up, and I'm amazed. I'm really amazed, and I'm truly proud of him. And people don't give fathers credit enough, and and I just had to give him credit because you gotta give people their flowers early, and people don't give their fathers or their dads enough credit, especially when they actually trying to be good people. So I had to do that for my dad.
That's respect. That's respect. That's respect.
Yeah, for sure. But nah, that was a fan freaking tastic breakdown. I love the fact you used what is it called? An acronym?
Yeah, acronym. Yeah.
Yeah. I got one that I'm gonna use at the conference. It's called the 3 C's. It's not an acronym, but is that an acronym? If it don't spell a word, is it still an acronym? All right, bet. Yeah. So I got the 3 C's coming up at the conference. So I put it on my little PowerPoint. So yeah, that joint gonna be exciting. I ain't gonna tell you what it is, but it's gonna be there. Well, I really think that to reiterate, for the people out there, like, don't let somebody else define success for you, because the moment you do that, this is exactly what happens when you let somebody else define success for you. You start working towards other people's goals. You start working towards other people's demands, and you never keep your authenticity because you forget what satisfies you. Like if your parents telling you, and it happens a lot in the household. Like if your parents telling you, "Oh, go to school, go to high school, then go to a trade school and be a plumber or whatever like that." I ain't gonna lie, plumbers make good money. They do. And people sleep on them, but they make good money. They start off apprentice, like $18 an hour, then they move up or whatever like that. But um, you gotta let success be, measured in your own sight. But then instead of being a plumber, he's like, yo, I really think that I would find extreme joy in being an engineer. That's a lot of math. And you're gonna have to go in school for 2 more years than you would a plumber. And that's not guarantee you that you'll get a good job. Yeah, but it's like I'm fascinated by the technology, like, but we want you to do this. We'll we'll really honor you if you do this, and that's following somebody else's viewpoint of what success is, and you don't want to do that because the moment you follow in that step, this is what happens. People do die, unfortunately. People do die off, and when those people die off, your immediate thought was, "I did what made them happy," and then when it's your turn, it's like, "I never did what made me happy.
Right.
What if I would have did that?" Or when that one bad event happens in your life, it's like, would I even have ever been in this situation if I would have just did this? I drink that it sticks. It sticks. But like Drake said, you know how sticky it gets. Go, Jermaine. You can laugh. Jermaine was like, trying to be on
I
third.
had it on mute. I had it on mute. I didn't want to interrupt nobody.
Yeah, but shoot, Jermaine, you been quiet. What you got, man? You got talk to.
You said what?
I said you been quiet. Talk to me. Nervous. Make me nervous.
Oh man. I mean, man, sometimes you gotta be a student of the game and just, listen, man. Sometimes you gotta just listen and understand, man. Sometimes, what I'm saying? My mom always said, Jermaine, you got one mouth, but you got 2 ears, bro.
For a reason.
My mom said I should be listening more than I'm speaking.
For a reason.
Shout out to Dukes. Shout out to Dukes, man.
Yo, just a sidebar. Every single episode that I've been on here, Jermaine has dropped some gems. I just gotta say that, bro. Every single one that I've been on here, he's dropped some gems. Bro.
Yo, I be watching the playbacks. I be going back on the website, and I be watching the videos. And Jermaine always, he said, realize. What's the wacky waving inflatable flailing arm tube, man? I be like,
I believe that. Yeah, nah, y'all done dropped some real gems today. Like, I feel like people are really gonna appreciate like these conversations. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, the highest act, there's 2 high acts in being a human being. The first is to serve. That one we all know because like Christians know and all that stuff, like Jesus and all that stuff. People have sacrificed for other people. So the ultimate thing is to serve. Your community, the people around you, all of that. The second one is to inspire. And today we've done both. You can't ask for more. Now buy your tickets to Promoted Brand to 6 Figures and Beyond.
That's right. Yeah, and everybody, I was going to do a giveaway, but everybody getting the bracelet, 6 Figures and Beyond. Everybody get the bracelet. So everybody get
Yeah.
the bracelet. I got like 100 and something. So everybody get the bracelet.
You get a bracelet. You get a bracelet.
I'm open with the bracelet. But son, it's like super excited, bro. I'm just excited about life in general, and I'm excited about the stock market too. We about to get out of here, but I guess I'll take like 4 minutes to talk about this because Malik did say you want to talk about something, about the market, whatever like that. So the rest of the year play. I'm excited about Apple. I'm seeing like Apple on their monthly chart because it's the end of the month. We got one more day or 2 more days of the month. Because it's the end of the month, now is the time to look at monthly charts. Apple's chart shows that there was a rejection. There was a rejection at actually I could share my screen. I didn't want to share my screen because I didn't want to mess up the recording. But I can share my screen real quick. Let me see. No, forget it. All right, so right here, Apple not rejected, but it came out of its downtrend. So Apple came out of its downtrend right there. What does that mean? That means that we're no longer. I mean, it came out of the uptrend. That means we're no longer bullish. Once it breaks the trend, it's a wrap. And then what it came and did. What? Somebody in the class, please tell me what this is. It's one word. It got rejected. It's rejection. This is rejection. This is rejection. Or you could say a confirmation. It's confirmation that we are done with this uptrend because every stocks just don't shoot up. Because if it did, it would look like this. If it did, it would look just like that, right? So when stocks trade, they go move up, they come down. They move up, they come down. They move up, they come down. Sometimes they go up, down, up, and then they go down. And they go up, and they go down. They go up and down, up and down, up and down. So stocks do this, right? These are basic. There's probably a chart somewhere in the world that looks like this. In fact, what this is right here, I'll show you. In fact, this is a head and shoulders pattern. That's a head and shoulders pattern. That's how true it is. That's how you know stocks move like that. And what is this? This is a W pattern right here. Well, actually, this is a W pattern. That's a W pattern. This part. It goes up, and it goes down, goes up, come down, and it retests the resistance. And then typically it gets rejected, but you just play it to the resistance. So that's how true it is, right? So what I'm doing with Apple is today I started scaling into Apple puts. So on the reason I started scaling the Apple puts because where was I at? I'm on the hourly right now. Let me exit out of this. So on the hourly, and I was up about 40-50% already today. So we talked about this in the morning call. So Apple came. I was buying it here. Apple came down. I was up. Came back up. I was down a little bit. Came up. I was up. I was up. I think I'm break even right now because of the thetas and whatever like that. Well, actually, I'm in profit. I just stopped looking at my phone because I had to deal with the client, to close that deal. And it's actually in September. So September money making month for sure. But Apple is going to come down to this. It's actually going to come down here, but I want to get out early. I want to get out at like 158. And then of course you have another move on Apple that takes you to 151. But wait, there's more. Let me go back to this joint. Let me show y'all how sticky it get. When Apple comes down, it's gotta retest something. I think Apple's gonna retest this $82 area. So I may take profit as Apple runs up and then passes this area. Cool. Confirmation to go lower. In fact, I don't even know why these are here. Let me play this off. So like that's the play giveaway right there. Like Apple to like $90. You know, that's a play giveaway. So yeah. For anybody who's wondering. Man. But yeah, that's my 10% on my 2 cents, I should say. Yeah, puts, man. September puts, October puts. Middle of October, start buying calls. Start buying calls because it's gonna be cheap to buy calls. Why is it gonna be cheap to buy calls? Because the premiums, there's gonna be no premium like in the calls. Like there's just gonna be no premium because everybody's playing puts. Just like the same way when the market is running crazy, nobody looking at puts. Nobody looking at puts. Oh, yeah. That's my 2 cents. Anybody else got anything they want to say? So I mean, y'all heard it here first, and second, and third. Oh, look at Matt. But y'all heard it here. Don't forget, if you don't have this book, I think this is an instrument that everybody could benefit from. I myself even, I Matt, we'll holler at you. I myself even go back to that book, and I wrote it. I go back to it, and I'll be like, huh. So that book, EyonBryant.com/books in the conference on Saturday, September the 3rd, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Tysons Corner, Virginia. Or if you want to be politically correct, McLean. It's all the same thing. It's about 2 minutes from each other, if that. But yeah, just a little south of DC. We will be there Saturday, September 3rd. Make sure you secure your seat at the conference. EyonBryant.com/conference. It's more than me just saying show up. It's the fact that people are going to be there to teach, and these people are actually really good at what they do. So if they weren't, there would be no point in even talking about it, right? So I'm excited. I still have people hit me up like, "Oh, can I speak at the conference?" And I'm like, "Nah, you could come, like, and maybe next year." See, and this is the thing: people start believing that. Now that you believe in us, you could come, and next year we could think about it. Like, and for the people who want to possibly speak next year, okay, cool. Well, if you come this year, I'll give you a 10% discount, and I'll look at your material, see if you can come next year. Like, because I mean, it's not too much that the team can't handle. But yeah, other than that, that's it, right? We took care of the household things, and yeah, but you already know me. Thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I pray that you all have a blessed, productive, and financially prosperous day, son. If it's God's will, I holla at y'all. All right.